Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Weight Room, the fitness-friendly podcast where we talk to everyday athletes about their adventures and stories. I'd like to remind you that this podcast is brought to you by Logan Garments and Herbalife Nutrition. Are you looking to change your fashion sense in and out of the gym? Logan Garments is here to help you. Based in the UK, Logan Garments ships all over the world, even to us here in America. I love their clothing, both in and out of the gym again. It's super comfortable, it's very breathable, and I've actually got a lot of compliments on them. They are constantly putting new products online for you with new and modern designs, so you need to always be looking up on their website. I just recently ordered their bomber jacket, and I am super excited for that. They also do a bunch of t-shirts, sweatpants, shorts, 3/4 zip fleeces, and Under Armour sort of gear. So go online, the link below, and use code word TEAMWORK. Again, that's code word TEAMWORK at the link below to get 5% off your purchase. Also, I'd like to thank Herbalife for sponsoring this podcast. If you guys are looking to make healthy habits in the kitchen, Herbalife is where you need to start. They have everything for supplements for athletes to meal plans for people who are just starting their fitness and nutrition journey. Whether it is protein powder, protein bars, soups, or even roasted soy nuts, Herbalife has tons of snacks, supplements, and meal plans for you to start making healthy habits. Please go to Herbalife.com to find a local distributor near you. Thank you again, Herbalife, for sponsoring this podcast. Now, my guest today is known as the Tattoo Titan and also the role model of modelers. To me, he is a personal friend, and his personality is almost as bright as his tattoo sleeves. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyler Bartle. Did I pronounce that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Usually in my phone, you're just Tyler HH. Like anyone who I work with is just HH.
Okay, that's fair. It's usually just Climb for their last name if I don't know it.
I've done that too. That was my Ball State thing, but I have so many of those, so I get mixed up. There's only so many names in the world.
There are.
So, we're having beer today because we furry.
Good job.
Furry.
I'm losing my keys, so
That's probably a good idea.
I didn't think about that right
Thoroughly
away.
believe in alcohol in this household. Cheers. We're having Smithwick's, the Irish ale. I've already talked to my father, the pastor, in the first episode about his favorite bourbon, so no shame.
No.
So today we're doing something special. Since, like I said, Tyler is my role model of modeling. He introduced me to modeling. We're gonna make some model kits today. As you know, Dragon Ball Z is my favorite anime. And is it safe to say that Gundam is yours?
Yeah, it's Gundam and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ooh, do they have models
Those
of that?
two. They don't have models for that, no, but Gundam is my favorite model kits.
Did you see that on Netflix, the new, real
live action one?
Yeah, live action.
I
always forget
I
it's
haven't
called
watched it, but I saw it was on there.
I really wanted to watch that and Death Note.
Okay.
I watched the show and read the comic, but I heard the live action was just shit.
I heard it was really bad.
Oh, I heard it was terrible.
I started watching the live action Full Alchemist, but I actually fell asleep because I was really tired that day, and then when I woke up decided just to watch more of Brotherhood because they had added it on Netflix, and why not watch it again?
We've been watching Peaky Blinders lately.
Good job. I've seen a few episodes of that.
I had a friend in college who was obsessed with that show. I mean, he got the haircut and everything, and I think his fake character was Arthur, the older violent brother.
I do not remember the character's name.
He's the only one with a mustache.
Okay, cool. That show really confused me, and I saw his name. I was like, Peaky Blinders. Like, what could this be?
I know. It just doesn't. And then the guy who plays Scarecrow's in it. You know what? I'm gonna, for the sake of our posture, so they're not talking to the top of our heads, we're gonna move this up, and we're gonna move back against the wall because of framing issues.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, we're just gonna make sure you're still in frame. You're good.
I'm good on this
Cool.
one. No,
Are you a lefty or a righty?
I'm a lefty, so it kind of.
I'm a lefty too, so I'm gonna make this work for me.
So
then.
no matter what, one of us is gonna have our arm cutting across
Yeah.
ourselves.
All right. So you build model kits, and you specialize in Gundam models. This is his. You know what? Screw framing. I'll get one of mine. I'm gonna get my favorite. Super Saiyan 4 Goku.
Nice.
Woo! Almost missed my own chair. It's got a sweet spider pose, tiger claw.
My guy's just showing off all of his weapons. He's pretty large.
He's like a flasher. He's just trench coat.
Yeah, he's wearing a trench coat. Way to ruin my favorite Gundam.
I'm just gonna get all this out of the way so they have
yeah,
some, like.
Smart. See, that's the other great use of your X-Acto knife.
I like the satisfaction of that tear.
That's fair.
Okay,
That's
so
literally the first thing I do when I get a new model kit and I open it up. I actually just take all of the plastic out and put it in the recycling so I don't have to deal with it later.
Yeah, me too.
I kind of like to lay all the runners, which is what the pieces are on. So that's the runner.
Okay.
I like to lay them all out and just see how they.
Yeah, when I have more of a surface area, I like to, when they're all done and the runner's just empty, I just like to snip it. I just like
just
to
snip it for fun.
Yeah, like never to like it doesn't fall apart.
I mean,
just
that's good practice, I guess.
I just like the satisfaction. So here's the important question: where do you start on your models? I always just go number one, like left leg, and just kind of do legs, hips, torso, arms, and then head. And usually the head's part of the torso.
Yeah. Well, I used to just like follow the instructions straight through, but then I realized you don't really have to because it's all modular.
I'm gonna draw the line.
So I usually just start wherever I want. I don't know. I haven't seen the Dragon Ball Z kit books yet.
They're pretty simple.
It's going to be different than what I'm used to.
I really like it though because like Sue and she's been like reading and journaling. I just want to make a model and do something with my hands.
Like I said, it's great rest day.
Yeah.
So the Gundams usually end with the legs.
Really?
The Gundams start with the head and body. I
wonder if that's a structural thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you have tweezers?
I do have tweezers.
Okay.
I have a full set of tweezers.
The stickers on these are.
Oh, they can't.
It's like the feet and the belly.
I've got literally the kit.
Oh my gosh, that's really nice.
Levels of nerddom here.
So was Gundam like your first cartoon that like, or what was the first like anime, comic, or cartoon that like, this is my thing now, that I'm a nerd, and you just, that kind of spurred it all?
Well, the first one that I sought out was actually the original Dragon Ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I saw it on, like, when I was a kid and, like, not old enough to remember what time things happened. I, like, saw it on and was just like, this is really cool.
How old are you again?
I'm 33.
Really? That's, like, my exact experience when I was 23.
Z, though, I guess, probably.
It did come out, yeah. It did come out in,
because I guess they were
1984.
Yeah.
It's Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
And then it was mostly Dragon Ball Z for me, and then I just went back and like read Dragon Ball, and then later I watched it.
Well, yeah, because I'd see it when I was a kid, and I thought that's really cool. And then when I became a teenager, I saw Dragon Ball Z, and started reading like the mangas for the original Dragon Ball. So that was the first one, and then there was a whole section of anime like from that time.
I reread those mangas so much.
They're really good. Akira was really big for me. Neon Genesis Evangelion was really big for me.
Mm-hmm.
Outlaw Star.
Did you ever watch Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, Cowboy Bebop.
I haven't watched that yet. I really need to.
It's really good.
My brother's watching it right now.
It's online. It's
it's places.
It was on because I remember like Toonami was my main thing.
Oh, I love Toonami.
But Gundam Wing was the one that like got me really into anime and got me building model kits because they had them back then too, but they were a little bit newer and not as well designed as they are now. I don't even think they had DBZ back then.
Maybe not. I mean, I feel like it's kind of weird. It's just kind of grown in popularity every generation, except for GT. I like GT, but people like really hate on it. Like it's kind of like the Star Wars. Do you like the prequels or don't you?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of thing, except it's a sequel.
So I'm gonna build the head first.
You're gonna build the head first?
Yeah.
Good luck with that hairpiece, brah.
Maybe I'll start with the easy hair and then move on to the other hair.
The other hair? Which hair is that?
Well, he's got, it's got the trunks regular and the trunks.
Oh, does he?
In here, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that. I thought that was just part of the box.
No, that's pretty rad.
Dude, I had...
See, the thing for me, I think the legs and arms are my least favorite part of any of the kits to build.
Really?
So to start there is just so hard. Maybe I'll just start with the torso. That seems like a good point of departure here.
I think I cut out two of the same piece. Some of these are like double numbered, so it confuses me.
So there was one thing I wanted to see about with how you cut out pieces, because like I said, I'm a stickler and I like do things
like me as a person, how I do it.
Yeah. Do you do one cut or two?
What do you mean? Oh,
So
I don't know.
they generally say when you cut out of the runners or the sprues, that you do it in 2 cuts to make sure that you do less damage to the piece.
Okay.
So it might be harder because, like I said, here, check out the uber fancy.
Yeah, let me just feel this.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so light too.
Yeah,
That's
they
why,
aren't great for don't cut through the big piece. They're kind of fragile.
This
but,
is like cast iron compared to that.
Well, I've got these too, which are they're for the thicker, the thicker joints, just because those are kind of fragile.
Oh my gosh, I cut through it like butter.
Yeah. God hand.
God hand.
That's what they're called, the God hand nippers. They're really good.
God hand nippers.
They're from Japan.
That was just so delicate.
Yeah, it's nice. But anyway, they tell you that you on your first piece. Let's see, so I'm going to cut out A3 first. This isn't a piece I would necessarily worry about it because it's joint pieces that are going to be stuck in other pieces. Mm-hmm. But on the side, yeah, they say that you come upside down like that.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
And then you leave a little bit of it on the piece.
And then just trim it.
And then you go back and trim it. And that's why I was saying you need an X-Acto knife, because after you trim it,
okay. I thought you were talking about just shaving the things off on.
No. Because I'll go in, second time, clip the rest. Yet again, better with better nippers. Those ones that I gave you however long ago are not the best.
Dude, you talk about my nippers pretty freely over there. Only my wife knows about my nippers. So, what was your first model? Do you remember?
Gundam, it was Gundam Wing. It was the Wing mobile suit.
Okay.
I think that was probably the first one. That or the Death Scythe, because Death Scythe was my favorite from the show.
Death Scythe was pretty dope.
And I recently built the Master Grade kit for that.
This is Crossbones, right?
Yeah, that's Crossbones, which is my overall favorite Gundam. Which is funny, because as much as I do like the animes, and I've seen a lot of them, I haven't seen all of them, and I'm not even really sure where Crossbone comes from. I just think it's a really cool looking
You know enough about the original to just you know what, I like Gundams.
Yeah, well, I know all the original movies and then the remakes, and Wing, and Seed, and
9/11.
Just what was the newer one, the Build something? Build Fighters.
Build Fighters. Sounds like a...
Literally one where they're building the model kits, and then they used a VR simulation to...
I remember when Gundam, for a couple years were really, kid-friendly, and they had that... It was, not, cartoon animated, but, CG animated.
I mean, that's
and they were all really small.
That's kind of how Build Fighters was.
Maybe that's what it is.
And, some of the other new ones.
I remember as a kid... It was pretty good. I remember Cubics too, which was a really bad show, but it was fun. I think I got canceled. I remember I was really getting into it, and then it was just never on anymore. And I would tune in for 2 months, hoping that would be there every time. I had to Google it. That's when we still had dial-up, so Googling was a big deal.
So another pro tip for the little nubs is I'll just scratch them off sometimes, and it works really well, and you can go in and sand them.
Huh.
But then you don't have that little chunk.
Oh.
And like I said, I usually just use the fine. Just kind of clean it up, make sure the surface is flat.
You know, it used to never bother me until you kept on bothering me about my nubs. Every time.
The same thing. I found a box of my ones from high school when I built the Wing ones, and they all have huge nubs on them. And I was just man, I didn't know anything about this back then.
Do you still have those?
Yeah, they're in a box at my mom's house. I thought I'd get them all out and put them in the collection, but then they were so poorly done that I was well, I need to actually start over and clean these up.
Let's talk about that collection. How many models do you think you have?
Well, what did I count? I counted
still assembled.
I counted with not including those. I've got 14 or 15 right now, and then 2 that I'm actively building.
Okay. You're not gonna want to answer this question. How much money do you think you spend on model kits? Total, and I'm talking tools too. And you told me that was $60, that God hand thing?
Yeah, the God hands are 60. I mean, these packs of sanding sticks are 10, and I've definitely bought 4 or 5 of those, because the sad part about those is they just don't last very long.
Yeah, that's just the tools.
Kit-wise, I've spent at least a few $100s, and that's really pretty low. I see people online who've got stacks of unbuilt model kits.
Yeah, I have...
And airbrushes.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will make 7. So I have like 7, which isn't, it's like half of yours. You've been doing this for a while. I really want to get like a shelf, maybe like right here for the set.
That'd be nice. Yeah, I need to think. Mine just kind of adorn my bookshelf. I really need
As you can see, mine do too.
Yeah. Mine actually fill it up though, and if I want books, I have to like move them, and then pieces fall off. And
Well, we don't get books from this one very often, so unless when it's the bottom shelf, that's why I kind of occupy. And I only moved them down. I had them spread out over 2 shelves. But I'm thinking about mounting my GoPro up on the top one one day for like vlogs and
cool,
stuff like that.
We got E18.
So did you just like go out and get your own like first model kit, or did you know someone who like did models and they're like, hey, you should like go do like that's how I got into this.
Well, yeah, I'm like, cause me.
Yeah. You ruined me.
Cause I broke you for model kits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put this on the wrong side.
No, when I just remember like we had a CD store in the mall called Sam Goody, which are gone now.
Sam
I'm pretty
Goody.
sure. I don't know if anyone remembers those at this point. I tried to forget it.
If you know Sam Goody, comment below. I'm looking at the wrong camera.
Some people will remember it. But they had the model because they had like a small kind of toy set up, and I guess, they had a few. They sold anime DVDs, and I probably had like sold enough that they had some of the model kits. And just my friend in high school and I, we'd go back to one of our houses and watch the animes, and we were there and we saw them. We're like, oh crap, we're gonna buy these.
Oh, she dang.
It's like, all right, easy. I want that. The other thing I like to do is just cut a lot of the pieces I need out initially.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, but I lost track because it's all the legs and.
Yeah, that's what I got after I started painting them. It just seemed easier.
Yeah. Oh gosh, my first sticker's coming up. I'm not excited for that.
Yeah, that's the disappointing thing with this kit. I painted it, but I still used the stickers because I didn't have like the abilities to do it super detailed.
It looks really good. I like that silver.
But it still looks good. Yeah, I kind of weathered it. That's all like just acrylic, aerosol paint.
10 to 9.
So it's aerosol I bought from the store.
Oh gosh, I did jujitsu today, and you can't see it because of the fox, but I got like claw marks, and it burns. I can feel it. It's like rug burn. Speaking of tattoos, how many tattoos do you have?
That's also a very good question that I don't often count. If I could find this piece, I would tell you after. There we go.
Because I was boasting about your tattoos in your intro.
I haven't gotten any in a while, but I have my full sleeve.
Is that a full sleeve or is that
it's 2 tattoos that eventually should become a full sleeve once I stop buying model kits or climbing gear.
That's where I'm at here. We just had a lot of stuff going on.
But if my sleeve only counts as 1 tattoo,
Well, I count a tattoo as like. I guess if you got your whole sleeve in multiple sessions, that would count. But like my sleeve, I built over like a bunch of different tattoos. Like the fish and the tiger was different, and this was on its own. Like it wasn't all at once.
Yeah, but this was done in many sessions.
Just all. At once.
So like total, I only really have
like 3,
10 or 11, but most of them are like fairly large.
And so is that all Japanese on your left?
It's like the artist who did it's take on Japanese. I wouldn't say it's like super traditional.
No, but yeah.
The symbol, like the turtle dragon in it, is like actually a Chinese symbol, but I just thought it looked cool. I don't really go with meaning too much in my tattoos. I just like the art.
That was my next question. Was the main choice just the art style, or because?
Yeah, it's just mostly the art. Like since I do art and like studied art history, I'm just interested in like the style of the tattoo more than
totally
anything.
get that. I love
the aesthetic value.
I love the Asian culture and style.
Yeah. Hence why we're sitting here building
Asian
model kits
that we ordered
from Japan. We love Bandai.
Thank you. And Nintendo. And anyone.
And Sony. I always put my PlayStation. Love my Switch though. Switch is great.
Yeah, I love my PlayStation until it got stolen. And that's not Sony's fault. That's life's fault.
That happens.
Yep, that's just that's Muncie kicking you in the balls. That's all that is.
Now that you've started building model kits, do you find yourself vacuuming up like tons of nubs?
Not as much. I'm not that much of a nubber.
Because that's true. You do not.
There's definitely been some, but it hasn't been bad. And also,
when I'm done, you will have plenty.
It's okay. It's a lot easier to vacuum now that it's like a set and it's easier to clean.
That's true. Yeah, because like I said, I usually do 2 cuts on all the pieces and it just makes a mess. Every time I vacuum, it's just noise. It's like a rattling.
Noise.
There's a rattling coming off my floor.
Isn't that just vacuuming for everyone though?
Well, it's true, but it's more intense. It's like maracas are being vacuumed up.
I guess because they go in there and stay in there. Huh. Vegeta's feet are different than any other feet I've had to do before. Just like how his foot joint connects. Usually it's like I guess it's because everyone else has like these tight gi things. Like Krillin, Gohan. I have 3 Gokus. Super Saiyan God Goku, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, and normal Goku. Totally gonna get Super Saiyan Goku one day. That was the other one they had to Think Geek that I really wanted, but wasn't in the budget. Because I already bought these.
Back on the idea of tattoos, I have wanted a Gundam tattoo for a while.
Really? What would it be?
I haven't gotten it done. You know, that's one of the parts of why I haven't gotten it done.
You just don't know.
Well, there's the part of me that wants to go with like the more classic, you know, the RX-78 Gundam, because it's just more well known, or the one that's like my favorite, like get Crossbone because it's cool, or you know, just eventually get both.
What's show me your right arm. What's on there again?
My right arm?
Yeah.
It's the woman with the...
Oh, that's really cool.
Like 4x5 camera coming out of her face.
Do you have anything up here?
Yeah, and then that's just the woman with the bike.
The one with a bike.
It's like a kind of Mooka.
Yeah.
On the Mooka X.
Oh yeah, at least the flower.
Like,
wow,
like,
those are both really good, dude.
Yeah, they're both Colin McLean did them at Time and Tide.
This was this was a Colin.
Yeah, that looked. I mean, it looked his style really. You can tell.
This was Jeremy.
And
this was crap. I mean, it's just script, but what was his name? It's like a pizza place. Like not Jalapenos.
Jalapenos.
What is it? It'll come to me at midnight. And then I got this in Australia by a Thai bloke. And then I got one on my ankle that I got from Genuine Tattoo Parlor. It's just a marathon tattoo, so just like a 26.2 with the wing. So it wasn't anything fancy, so I'm like, they do walk-ins.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, most of my tattoos are actually done by Colin. This sleeve was done by Colin, like, over a number of years. I've got my chest tattooed by him, these 2. He's done one of my nerdy, the Sandman by Neil Gaiman comic tattoos on this leg.
Oh, you have your legs tattooed? I didn't know that.
Just like a one there and some... I've got some...
What about your right leg?
Down here.
What about your right leg? Is it tainted?
No.
No?
A few of these tattoos... Oh, yeah, I mean, if tattooed is tainted, then...
That's what I'm saying. Well,
I've got this, which was done by a woman named Tiny D. Fiore out of Chicago.
I like how easy it was to make you strip on this podcast.
Right, yeah, it's not hard. And then I've got my Jane Doe, my Converge tattoo on the
How about the thigh?
back of my leg. I don't have anything up on this thigh.
Alright, that's where you're going to put the Gundams. You can put them like
No, that's what I thought, because my Sandman tattoo is on this thigh, so go with the Gundam on the
Like
outside.
Sandman, like the supervillain?
No, Sandman, the graphic novel by Neil Gaiman. It's from like the late 80s, early 90s. Comic changed my life. It's so good. It's the best.
Really?
It's like, if you want to ever want to argue about comics being literature, read the Sandman.
I've done like class projects on that, and actually I read a really disturbing graphic novel in high school called like Mouse or something.
Oh, Mouse, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's... I mean, it's about like Nazi Germany pretty much, but with mice.
Or Poland or something.
Or Poland, yeah. I haven't actually read it.
Oh no.
I know some people who have talked about it.
Okay, I thought I put it joined in backwards. I got one leg. Boom.
Yeah, see, now look, there was a nub there. See what sanding does?
Yeah, I really should.
This is why. And you just use the X-Acto knife just to trim it off. Like, I'll even scrape it with the back of the X-Acto knife, and it, that way you don't gouge into the piece at all.
Gouge. Hey, blue. Should be easy, just the rest of them.
Yeah, see, it's funny how you probably almost finished. You finished a leg, and I'm still just barely got pieces together.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take your approach.
Meticulously cleaning up.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut them out. I'm gonna clean them, and I'll put them together. I'll follow your rule.
See, I could also be a little more lax about it, and then just go home and take it apart and go back to town on it.
But taking apart a model's risky.
Yeah,
especially these.
I've gotten fairly good at it. because usually I'll build them before I paint them. And sometimes I'll actually use the nippers and like clip. That's what they're called.
So what's the colors on these? How does this work?
On what? The sanding sticks? Yeah. Oh, this is medium, which I only rarely use for like really bad damaged piece if I need to take a lot of plastic off. Fine, which I use to start off with, and then extra fine, and then this tri-grit one, which is all versions of fine to extra fine. So I'll use that to clean up, and then I'll polish it with the red one.
Okay.
So I'll like kind of get the mark off as well as I can. Kind of like I did on the top of this one. See, like I've got the nub off, but now it's like a little rough looking. So I'll go in.
This is quite the. I've always wondered how you do this.
It's kind of like, it's like people doing their nails, you know.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I do my calluses.
Like, yeah, it's like doing your calluses. But I try not to take too much plastic off and just try to clean it up. Just make that surface nice and flat.
Yeah.
Since I usually plan on, at least, I haven't really painted that many, but since I plan on painting most of my kits, I'm not worried about little, like, darkness, like little different like colors in the plastic, but I'm just trying to get a nice smooth surface for the paint to go on.
That makes sense. I've seen some really cool, because on Instagram I just follow a bunch of Dragon Ball things, some really cool like paintings. Like someone took a Super Saiyan 4 Goku and made him like Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and like changed like his wrappings and like painted him different. And then people have done cool versions of like Broly and like Vegeta. So I've seen a lot of like cool just painted stuff. What was the thing about Gundam? Not so much as like models, but overall that kind of drew you in.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I was already into like big robots because I grew up in like the Transformers. You know?
Yeah, me too.
And I think at least for the model kits, I grew up like building Legos and model like cars and stuff every now and then. So that was an easy transition. But I don't know, just like that's what me and my friend, that's what we got into when we were in high school, you know, just kind of like we were two nerds and that was like a nerd world for us to be part of.
Like, were you like actual nerds or were you kind of like you now where you're like a pretty normal dude, you just like build models in your spare time? Because like there's people who
I was probably more of an actual nerd. I think me and my one friend just hung out and avoided most other people and watched anime.
That's fair. That's why I dated my first girlfriend in high school. That's how I got into wrestling too. She was a wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But she loved Naruto, and because of her, I already owned all the Dragon Balls and like read those 12 times. And then I got into Naruto, and I would mow my grandfather's lawn just so I'd have enough money that weekend, because he'd pay me $20 because I mean he was old. It was a big lawn. For that weekend to go to Barnes & Noble and buy like 2 Naruto books.
Nice.
And I read them all that day and just reread them until next week.
Yeah, we were into a lot of anime. Like, it wasn't just Gundam, but the model kits were there for Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
I had some figures from Neon Genesis Evangelion and stuff like that, but mostly...
Figures are... I don't know, I get it, but I like the satisfaction of making my
exactly.
stuff.
I get something out of the time I spend on a model kit.
Yeah, I still like looking at it, like the figures, but I think it's cooler that I'm like, I did that.
Mm-hmm. I built this.
It's more... Oh. That happens. It just likes to stop filming every now and then.
I just start it again.
Yep, this is why we have 3 cameras. It's got like a limit of like 18 minutes for some reason.
No, mine does that too, and it's really obnoxious. It's like 20 minutes, and I'm like, why can't...
Yeah.
This like big powerful camera and these big memory cards, why can't it just film straight through?
I've had so many like voice syncing issues before.
Oh really?
Yeah, I remember to like whenever that happens to do a new clap.
Just do a clap to sync it all up. That's smart.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have one of these.
No, I am.
This is the evening.
I kind of forgot about them.
This is our dinner. Beer and pizza bites.
It's good fuel for the climbing session I'm gonna go do when we're done.
Yeah, what time is it? 6:30? Yeah.
No.
So that's an Apple Watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you like it? Do you like having a...
I do, it's nice. I've only had it for a short period of time. It's fun, I like the workout tracker. I wish it had more for like elevation gain to know like how many pitches I've climbed or like how much height I've climbed in a
second. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if you do it in the gym, you can calculate it.
I mean, yeah, really, I know how tall
yeah.
32 feet by how many routes did I climb? Give or take some for like prowl and stuff. No, it's 32.
I've told so many people the wrong thing.
I did too for a long time.
You know, really, we'll talk about the new gym later, like when the cameras are off, because I'm sure Isaac and everyone wouldn't like that. But I'm really excited for it.
Oh yeah. Me too. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of stress, but it'll be worth it.
Have you been over there a lot? On and off, because you actually work at the old place too. So that makes sense.
Yeah, I spend most of my time at the old place right now.
I bet that's nice though, just kind of... They're going to stop setting next week? Or was it this week?
Last week. It was this week, but they changed it.
Probably because I got delayed or something and had an extra week.
I think we just had a few areas that needed to be reset still.
Yeah. I'm going to find out.
We had a big group on Friday that kind of... We tried to get auto blaze like finished for us, when they got one of them set.
Do you know how that one massive group went?
Oh, it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
Only 50 people showed up out of the 100, they said, and they were all just like freshman kids from the dorm, and none of them wanted to do it.
The storm?
A dorm.
Oh,
like a dorm. I don't even know what dorm was, but like they came and like checked in, and a few of them learned how to auto boy, and they all went through like bouldering, and then a lot of them just like turned their hearts back in and like played on their phone. They had no interest in climbing whatsoever.
It's kind of sad, but...
Yeah, I know, it was kind of sad, but at the same time, like, it worked out well for us because we didn't have to worry about all these people, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
as far as monitoring,
not listening to us and dropping each other.
Yeah, trying to kill each other.
That's usually my concern.
How'd you get into climbing? Was it a person or...
Yeah, it was my roommate, Patrick. He had climbed for a bit, and they kept trying to get me to go, and I was literally just like, no, I'm going to stay at home and play video games. I don't really... I was like, it sounds fun, but I'd rather do this. And then when I was going to IU, I was like short of credit at full time, and I was like, well,
you took the climbing class.
I was like, Patrick likes this, maybe I will, and I took the climbing class, and I mean, immediately fell in love with it. I came back that same day with him and like climbed for like 4 hours straight, and then, you know, the rest is history now. I hope we're on a climbing gym.
That's, yeah. I was trying to very delicate piece. It's the hip hinge.
Yeah, those are always... That's the worst part, is dropping the tiny pieces.
Oh, I've dropped like the smallest
and then you
pieces
have to, like,
before.
Go searching for them.
Yeah. It's always just terrifying.
I really like how they do Trump's vest. It's pretty hilarious.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. How they do clothes is interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, so I took a climbing class and then just, stuck with it.
How many years have you climbed now?
I guess just around 4. I thought it was 5, but it's just because I'm bad at remembering things, it turns out. But yeah, it's been 4 years.
Nice.
I think 3 of which has been had outside climbing. I started about a year into climbing, going outside. Because really that's where it's best.
Yeah, where's your, this has multiple parts, so where's just your, like, you've been to and you would go back to or go to often, where's your favorite place to climb?
I mean, it's obviously the Red.
The Red River Gorge.
For us, it's the most easily accessed, largest area.
What's your favorite crag? The Red.
Favorite? Oh, that's
the like comp question. Like,
that's that's a larger question right there. Favorite crag?
Just blew your mind.
Oh yeah, really? I mean, because it's like I've got routes that I like in different places.
That's a question too. The routes will be separate, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, favorite crag.
I'm gonna ask you about your routes.
I'm trying to think of ones I've like gone to. Like, I do like Tectonic and Johnny's Wall.
I do too.
There are a lot of good routes on those walls. All those tins are really fun.
Yeah.
Let's see, I liked, I went to Chocolate Factory last time, and that was what I saw of it. I mean, it's a huge area. We didn't see much of it, but that was cool. I'll definitely be going back there. Been pretty excited about Bear's Den.
How was that?
It's really nice. There's
Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, why not? I mean, it's in the guidebook. People know about it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Where is it?
It's in the new South guidebook.
Oh, I only have the, is it no, I have the South. I have the new one. It's the North I don't have.
No, but there's a 511A there, Clay City exit that is pretty chill, really. It's a pretty chill route. It's not too hard and a lot of fun. And there's the 11B that Tristan was working on, which The first 4 bolts are fine, but that's as far as I got on it. But no, it was a nice. You know, it hasn't been very crowded because I think it's like one of the newer crags.
Yeah, so no one really like knows anything
not a lot
about
of people
it.
know about it. Same reason I like Velo Crag, which I'm sure I've probably talked to you about before, which...
I don't think so. Tell me about it.
Oh, really? It's one of the newer crags in the PMRP. I mean, it's been around since like 2010,
Really?
but for that, it's pretty new, you know?
Where's it by?
You know the Flat Holler parking lot?
Yeah.
It's less than 5 minutes away. You park and you go up the oil road.
How's the routes?
I mean, they don't get like, I think there's like the hardest, there might be like a 12A and like maybe 111 floating around, but
That's nice.
there's like
though.
an 8 plus and a 9 plus that are really good, fun warm up routes, especially for like new outside climbers.
Oh.
There are 3 like highly rated 510C arrettes. One of them's 5 stars and looks really cool.
That's awesome.
I haven't got on any of those yet, but no, it's a pretty good like warm up crag.
I like anything that has like like just a wide smattering. Even if it's just like one hard, like really hard route, something that like anyone can get on.
Yeah, I've been taking people that are like newer to outside climbing to that crag because the 8 plus and the 9 plus climb like the closest like gym climbing to any outdoor route. Like you know they like
even more the Muir Valley Breeze Brothers.
I mean, yeah, I would say. I mean, they're just like there's so many like good places that you can just kind of like go right up them, you know.
That's really cool.
Like so, it's really good for like new leaders. I think I took Justin there for like his first like outdoor lead.
That's awesome. How many times, like, have you climbed with him often?
Just that one time really. He was there with Evan that one time, but we didn't.
Oh, that time.
We didn't actually climb.
Oh, that's right, because you guys were all at like roadside.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, we just saw them there.
Alright, I finished both legs, so I'm going on to his crotch.
Nice. I am still on the torso because, like I said, I'm super slow.
Well, when I got to the feet, I kind of sped up.
You will finish your model kit on this podcast, and I will be going home and sending you pictures of the finish.
That's totally fine. This is like, well, I'll be the timer because I'm the host.
That's fair. Yeah.
So I have, although the neck and stuff and the hair is gonna take me forever. I'm gonna have like one piece of hair that can't get in all the way. This podcast will never end.
Yeah, usually when I start a model kit, I'll get through about one body part a night.
Oh my gosh, that's a really, I just like...
Depend. I mean, I might do like the head and body and like one of the legs, but if I get really into it and it's a kit that I really want to do well,
you're like...
I will take that time.
You're like having a fine glass of wine every night. I'm doing like lines of cocaine.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, pretty much.
That's how the comparison works. It's just, I'm just like
I am
blowing
savoring it.
But
and you were just noshing.
If it was a Gundam kit, I would probably put a little more time into it because I feel like because of their clothes and stuff like that, you kind of get through the nubs. Or I mean,
they put them in pretty good spots on these too, which I noticed. Yeah, it's mainly for me. Like even when I got back into it, because I built one in high school and I didn't build one for a long time, and I just happened to be at Barnes and Noble or somewhere, and they had kits, and I was like, man, I used to love doing this. Maybe I should just buy one of these and see how it goes. And like, I still have that one. I haven't gone back and like cleaned it up, but it's more like like you've been doing, where I just like kind of cut it. I don't even think I had the clippers at the point. If you're more comfortable with me calling them clippers than nippers. So I think I just cut them out with like X-Acto knives. So it's definitely come a long way. It's basically because I realized that there was an actual community of people that do this, and I was like, oh, I need to step up my game here.
I think put the wrong one on first. Oh, it's really tight. That's what she said. Oh my gosh. Rest day in my butt. So much pinch strength. Oh my gosh, I think I may have messed up.
Oh no, did you get a piece of stock?
I might have.
Yeah, let me see. I have some.
Do you want to try? I think I was supposed to put the other one on first.
Pieces apart. The round one?
Yeah, because there's another piece. It's for his like hip joint. And I think that's the front part, so it's not supposed to go on as deep.
Gonna wiggle it.
So, what are some of your favorite routes?
Favorite routes? See, that's also hard too.
You can list some off.
Yeah, I know. I mean, to defy the laws of tradition, great climb. Brief history of climb. Another really fun climb. I like Machete over at Sunnyside. It's a good out of my style kind of route, but I still like to climb it. Yeah, the routes at Velo, that I can't think of their names, but like they're really the 8 and the 9 are really fun. There's a 10A that's pretty good right there too, but it's got a tree growing up behind it, and it's got some committing crimpy moves on it. And I've definitely read online where people are like, talking about falling into that
don't
tree.
do it.
It's like a 3-star route that would be, would be higher if that didn't happen.
Yeah, I hate when there we go. I hate when just route descriptions are way off or not very descriptive. I've climbed some funkier routes. I went to Sunbeam Buttress in the Mirror, and it was I was on my hands and knees, just crawling places on roofs and stuff, and it was just gnarly.
What was the one? I can't remember the name of the wall, but there's a 5'9" there called Nietzschean Activist.
Yeah, we climbed that.
That was probably that was my least probably favorite route in the Red River Gorge. I
really
hated it.
It wasn't the best 5'9", I didn't hate it. So there is that. But I definitely it was okay. It was just short. The anchors there are so weird.
Yeah, the anchors were. There was a log full of hornets while I was there, and that was really disconcerting.
When I climbed to Sue in Colorado when she was interning, I went up to visit her.
Mm-hmm.
And we climbed at this it turned out to be super sketchy place. And we were belaying on this 5'9", which was right next to a 5'11", and we didn't have a guidebook. We just had I think word of mouth or Mountain Project. And so I started out on this. Every hole, it was just a series of flakes, was hollow. Every time I knocked, it just echoed throughout the whole thing. And there wasn't bolts, it was Tetons. Or what are they called?
Tetons, yeah.
No, the Tetons are the mountains.
Tetons are the mountains.
Yeah. And they were really loose. So I'm climbing what I thought was a 5'9", turned out to be 11D, on not fun 11D.
Yeah.
On this super sketchy thing. I got to the top, and then where you're belaying, there's a little cutout in the wall. So do you do any other sports or anything like that?
I used to skateboard a lot when I was younger, but I do cycle a lot. I do either commuting, which I plan on doing more often when the gym moves to the new location.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be closer. Used to commute via bike a lot, and then I like road rides. Nothing super intense. I definitely probably work harder at climbing than any other sport, but
it's physical, man.
It's a good cardio workout and fun. It's another way to be outside. And hiking too, anything that gets me outside is cool with me.
Didn't know he was so dependent on that.
I did not know that.
Quite the model you have. We probably would have.
They're a little fragile.
Alright, man, I got the waist done. Of course, that's 4 pieces, so that's not that big of a deal. Looking for...
I'm still working on this torso. Nice.
I'm on the torso
clean,
myself now.
Clean pieces here. No nubs.
Dude, I used to I liked Vegeta, and it was I was definitely more of a Goku guy. But I'll tell you what, I really like Vegeta now. I relate to him. I am a prince. No.
Yeah, are you an evil prince?
No, I'm like the prince that calls you asking for money.
Yeah, that's.
Or what's I want to give you money. I forgot. That's the thing. So for your climbing, you're climbing and biking. That's kind of what you do for fitness. Do you train for climbing? Do you do anything specific, or do you just kind of push really hard and do what your body feels that day, or?
Mostly, I just try to climb. I try to do it properly and warm up and all that. I usually just try to climb for fun, try to get as many pitches in. But I've been doing a little bit more of the arc training and doing long sessions on auto belays, just to build up some extra endurance. It always seems like it's the beginning of the outside season that I'm okay, what do I need to work on?
Yeah.
And then I'm okay, now I'll go actually train.
It's always endurance.
I get a climb. I'm not just building model kits because it's winter.
But do you hangboard and?
Yeah, every now and then. I mean, I do more basic push-ups, pull-ups, kind of stuff like that than hangboarding, but I do it every now and then. I'm not as good at training as I am at climbing because climbing is more fun than training.
That makes sense. I feel like a lot of people get that. Oh, come on.
Yeah, especially with climbing. I think you get a lot of people that can just climb for fun and still get pretty good at it. But then you do get to the point where to get a higher level than where I am and where I would like to be, I need to actually get some training.
And sometimes it's not even because kind of what Sue and I do, it's less training and more so just on each day we'll just focus on one particular thing and try to make it as fun as we can. And that could be adding some workouts to the beginning, beginning or end, or just doing a specific thing that day, but having at least one day a week where it just we just climb.
You just climb. Have
Yeah,
fun, yeah,
it's just whatever. But we take 2 or 3 focus days to, and sometimes it's performance is one day where we just hop on the projects, work, like, get the beta in our head, stuff like that. Because right now it's just indoor climbing. We don't really know what our next outdoor trip's going to be, so we're just kind of training for that. But when it's outdoor climbing, we kind of change it up.
That's fair,
Yeah.
I mean, I generally just try to, like, warm up on some easy stuff, and then...
Crush.
Well, no, usually climb at, like, a decent level, not like my max, but, you know, climb a few reps at a decent level, and get on my project at least once or twice, and then, you know, kind of cool down from there. But I don't really go, like, I'm not going in tonight to climb, and I'm not thinking, like, okay, tonight's this, and I'm just like, well, I'm going to get an hour or two of climbing in, you know, and just to, like, get some exercise for the day.
Yeah, and also, Sue is blessed/cursed with a personal trainer husband, so... But she asked for it, I mean, so...
Yeah, good for your climbing.
Yeah. It's not like I'm forcing it on her. Let the record
show. Yeah. So everyone knows in the internet world.
Yeah.
Not forced training.
She's gonna be on here eventually. So I'm not too worried. She can vouch for herself.
I mean, I see you guys climbing. You can tell. You both like the training.
Yeah. Sometimes it's rough, but most times it's pretty fun. So do you what about let's talk about what you eat. And no shame here.
What I eat?
Yeah.
You know, I try not to eat too terribly unhealthy. I try to cook myself meals that I can eat like all week long, so I'll make like tacos or like certain pasta dishes, and I'll use like shrimp or something like that quite often.
So do you cook for the whole week, or just
I at least cook for like a few days? You know, I'll make a lot of something and eat it for like dinner for a few days.
Okay.
I try to
that stuff.
Yeah, I try to like not have like a sweet breakfast. I usually have. I mean, I go to Lucky's and I get the like breakfast burritos.
Yeah, but I mean those are pretty.
But I mean, it's you know, if you're going straight to work, you know, you get eggs, bacon, cheese. Like it's a good foundation for your day, really.
Lucky's, by the way, is our equivalent to like Whole Foods. So everything they use is like really good, but they also just make they do pizza, stuff like that. So.
And it's on the way to work.
And it's on the way to work. It's right on. No matter how you get there, it's on the way to work.
They probably. I mean, they know me by now. I'm the burrito guy.
The cashier's.
For a while, I was the donut guy, and I was like, okay, let's change this up.
Have you gotten that maple donut?
Oh, after you brought me the one, I bought it many times. It was delicious.
Dude, I told you, it's dangerous. I only had it those 2 times. Well, no, I might have had a 3rd time and gave some to Sue, but they're good. Dangerous. There's actual bacon on them.
Yeah. And Lucky's has really good bacon.
Oh, they had the best. I took... Sue's in-laws came the other weekend. We went to Lucky's and we went to the salad bar, and I mean they were just like, it was just so great, and they really like to eat healthy too, and so it was great for them. Like her mom's done like Whole30. And she hops back and forth like going on and off, but they usually just always eat pretty clean.
See, I do break it a while. I'll go get like fast food if I'm feeling really lazy.
Yeah, I usually do.
The way I see it, I lead an active enough of a lifestyle.
There's 7.
But yeah, I mean, definitely that's another thing. Is like I didn't really eat that well, and then getting into climbing kind of changed that for me too. Just because I wanted to be fitter, I wanted to lose weight to not have as much to pull up the wall. Really.
Yeah, that's a good reason. That's what a lot of people do. They just all my students in my class have the same thing. They're like, they really want to get better, and like they ask these questions. I just don't like the basics. Like, clean up your diet a little bit, little by little, and you'll get there.
Yeah, just if you want to lose weight, just eat a little less, eat a little better.
Yeah. So if you can go anywhere, either to live or to climb, or both, where would you want to go?
I think Germany is currently on that.
Really?
I studied it a bit in college, not that I'm very good at speaking it.
You can get better, though.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm the type of person that if I was immersed in it, would be the best way for me to learn.
Yeah, I agree.
But I really appreciate their culture.
The beer.
They've got some family heritage through German.
I can see that.
Yeah, and the beer, and just like as like an artist and someone who likes art history, they just have a really good, art scene out there. Yeah.
Speaking of art, so you are a photographer. Is that like a side gig, or is that what you're trying to make full time? Talk about your.
I mean, of course, right now I'm working at the gym.
Yeah.
But, I did go to school. I got my degree in fine art photography. And
okay.
I would like to, maintain that as my my primary source of income.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at grad schools right now, I have a minor in art history, so I could kind of go either way.
Yeah.
On that, but I do like creating art.
Do you do anything else other than photography, like paint, draw?
I'll doodle. I'll write some. I'm a terrible painter. I did enjoy sculpture and printmaking were two things I really enjoyed. I wouldn't say that I'm great at them, but they're fun to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to make a career doing either of those though. But photography is great because it's super versatile. I can try to make conceptual art, and then I can also go outside with my friends and take photos of climbing or caving is the new thing. I've been caving a lot, and
you like it?
I really do enjoy caving. It's a different. It's not fitness as much. You are pulling yourself out of the caves, but it's not like climbing. But yeah, it's the experience.
I find I really like skiing. I just did that recently.
Skiing is great. I skied from the age of 3 to 19, and I just kind of stopped having chances to go skiing.
Sue actually skied most of her life. Her dad when he moved from Croatia to here, he lived in Denver, and that's where he started to ski. And then when Sue was born, they went skiing pretty much once a year, every year.
Check this out. We could just combine Trunks and Vegeta, and then you're even closer to being
We're gonna have them do the fusion dance at the very end, and not the very end because you won't be done.
Because I will not be done.
No, you'll have his torso and a middle finger. That's about it.
Yeah. Now I'm kind of do I skip on to more of the body or do I build the sword?
I love Vegeta right now because he doesn't have stickers. His feet and his shoulder pads actually are just pieces.
I've only got a couple stickers down here, and I actually haven't
seen belly is too.
Seen them come up yet.
Which ones?
The trunk stickers.
Does he have a sword?
Oh, there's gonna be some on his sword.
Ah, yes.
I think I'm gonna skip building the sword.
Does he have a real sword?
For now, to try to get through a little more of it.
Are you gonna make him normal or Super Saiyan?
I don't think we'll get there tonight. Really.
Well, at the end of the song, when you finally get to the hair.
I'll probably keep him in Super Saiyan.
Yes.
I feel I do that with my my Gundams. I bought the unicorn one that's got 2 modes, and I was had it in the regular mode, the unicorn mode for a while. I'm well, this is cool, but all that stuff's hidden, so I changed it to its destroy mode, and that looks cool.
Yeah, I change their poses every now and then, just as it pleases me. I had Vegeta and Goku doing blasts at each other.
Posing is important.
But it's part of the art.
It is. I can get better at it. Most of mine are just doing the whole flasher though.
Yeah. My brother, he doesn't have as many models as you, but he invests in. Well, I'm not sure if you have these, but different stands and stuff like that. So his have are all in the air doing cool stuff. He also has a Wing Gundam.
Cool. All right, I'll start over and build the legs now.
Start whole new game. How'd you get into photography? Was this high school? Because I took a class in high school, and that's where I loved it.
That was probably the main. Yeah, I think I took the class 3 times in high school. But I also
different levels.
There were 2 different levels. I had to talk them into letting me take it a third time.
Okay.
But yeah, I got a camera when I was a little kid actually, and I really just ran around taking pictures of random stuff, and I loved it. Mm-hmm. And then high school was where I kind of learned how to actually use a camera, and of course being a bit older, it was all film and darkroom back then.
Yeah.
Digital was
that's pretty cool.
New at that point, so I had that basis, and then now I love digital because I can work out of my house.
When you were watching when you were watching Stranger Things, were you oozing yourself because you saw the black room?
Oh, the dark room, yeah.
You're yes, finally.
Oh, I love these.
Hey.
All right, jump into the legs. There aren't that many pieces for the legs. I see why you got through them so fast. And then you have the pieces that just go and you don't see any part of it, so you don't have to worry.
Yeah.
I don't clean those up. I usually just kind of go for it.
I think I just like snapping things together. I think that's all this is. It's like bubble wrap. That's just my addiction. Put this in backwards here. So what animes did you mention? What animes you're watching right now?
Right now?
Yeah.
I just finished rewatching Brotherhood for the 3rd or 4th time.
I forget. Brotherhood's the one right out of the manga, right?
It's the one that follows the manga a lot more closely, which I haven't read the manga, but I just like that story better.
I remember when I read the manga, and I'm like, I really want to watch this, and so I watched Brotherhood, and no, it was the other way around. I watched Brotherhood, and I'm like, huh, this is interesting. I read the manga, I'm like, this is nothing like the Full Metal Alchemist I watched.
Hmm.
Oh no, that the regular one that was on Netflix, just Full Metal Alchemist.
The first one.
Yeah, Brotherhood's the real one. My bad.
Which I saw that originally too, but I hadn't read the manga, so it didn't really matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, Full Metal. I have been off and on. I really do like the Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans, the newer ones.
Ooh.
I haven't finished the second season yet, but the first season's really great. I'm not as into the actual the Gundam Barbados, its style as much as other ones, but I like a lot of the enemies and other models and mobile suits from that one.
Huh.
I've built a couple from it, and then going back and watching Gundam 00, which is another one that's been pretty good, and it's got really the mobile suits in that are just
Really
cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't been watching too much anime right now.
Oh, am I doing something wrong here? Have you watched Sword Art Online?
Yeah, I liked parts of it. Parts of it kind of lost me, but parts of it I thought were really good. I like the concept. I mean, as someone who loves
was it the fairy
scrolling
scene?
yeah, that one. Even in the first season when it gets kind of they're playing house almost, and
Yeah.
the way when they're
Yeah.
fighting monsters. I was like, okay, you're losing me a little bit.
It did slow down a little during. I liked it though. I'm a sucker for a good.
I mean, I still
romance
liked
story,
it. Yeah,
but
I mean, it was sweet.
It definitely got a little slower though. It's just, you know what? I'm either being a.
And the gun version was okay. I mean, I followed it through to the newer ones, 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely like the concept most. There was another one that was up on Hulu for a while that I can't remember what it was called, but it was very, very much the same thing, but even more video gamey. That was pretty cool.
This is not. Oh, okay, I see the issue. This just really wants to. I know I'm putting this in right, but it just doesn't want to go in.
This is funny because I'm actually trying to do it faster to maybe catch up a little bit, but I can't bring myself to compromise. I'm like, nope, I have to at least get rid of this. I can't do it later.
Oh, I just can't get these pieces together. I'm having way more trouble than I should be. Unless...
Maybe they don't go together? No.
No, they do, I promise. I double checked. Is it upside down? It was upside down. It was one of those that had the exact same pattern on either side. He startled me.
Oh, sorry. I blow on the pieces a lot too.
You're like a horse whisperer.